We are hours away from commemorating the Heroes' Day, where we celebrate the gallant sons and daughters who fought for the country's emancipation from colonial bondage. That is tomorrow on the 8th of August 2022. And of course, the Defense Forces Day, the day after. It is time for Crime Watcher, and my name is Elliot Kudzai Ganyani. Like all times, I feel pretty excited to have you along. Now, the Zimbabwe Republic Police is deeply concerned with murder cases that are happening across the country. Some of these murder cases are a result of petty domestic disputes, while some are crimes of passion. Others are killed simply because they are under intoxication by drugs or substances. But we need to find solutions to these murder cases. As Crime Watcher, we are to take a look at some of these murder cases, and this took us to Shurugwi, where a man murdered 2 women and also robbed them of their vehicles under unclear circumstances. After murdering these 2 women, he secretly hid their bodies, thinking that he would live with this secret forever. But ZRP Tongogara carried out investigations and unearthed these murder cases.
On the 16th of July 2022, we received a missing person report of a 36-year-old woman by the name Aidachi Gumbate. She had not been seen for at least 2 months. That is from 20 May 2022 to the 16th of July 2022. Investigations led to the arrest of a 37-year-old man by the name Emmanuel Mahembe of Makotere village, Chief Nema in Shurugwi.
The accused was in the habit of deceiving the children of one of his victims into depositing money into a certain account, which he would then withdraw for personal use. When police carried out investigations, they also managed to seize the vehicle that this accused person was using.
Upon searching the accused person's vehicle, we found a national identity card and a cell phone belonging to the missing person, Aidachi Gumbate. Further investigations revealed that the vehicle which the accused person was using actually belonged to the missing person. Searches were also conducted at the accused person's place of residence, where we found a passport belonging to a 36-year-old woman by the name Patricia Mtero of Wanawa Shaban. We handed over the accused person to CID Shurugwi for further management. Emmanuel Mahembe later admitted to killing Patricia Mtero in August 2021 and Aidachi Gumbate in May 2022.
Police in Tongogara took us to a place where the accused person dumped the body of one of his victims, that is Aidachi Gumbate.
The accused person, Emmanuel Mahembe, led us to this place where he dumped one of the deceased Aidachi Gumbate's body in this disused mine pit.
Very disturbing cases happening there in Shurugwi. Emmanuel Mahembe is currently assisting police with investigations.
Emmanuel Mahembe is appearing at the Shurugwi Magistrate Court facing 2 counts of murder and 2 counts of robbery.
We spoke to one of the local residents at Chachacha Shopping Center who spoke on these heinous acts that happened in their area.
Takakahlamadzwa zvikuru, takavhunduswa nechitiko chakaitika chana Mahembe ichi chokuurayana navarandakadzi vanofungidzirwa kuti vaidanana naye. Totokurudzira kuvapenyu nevanorarama kuti vasatrasta munhu wavasina kujairana naye mukurarama kana mukufambidzana, mukugarisana. Vanofanira kutanga vaziva yango kwane kwavanoenda kana dziri nzeno dzavanofamba, vanofanira kutanga vaudza veukama kana kuti hama dzavo dzepadhuze kuti ndafamba ndadzoka, kuitira kuti kana pane zvinovawira kana zvinovatambudza zvikurumidze kuzikamwa kuti zvafamba sei. Tinorwadzwa mwoyo nehazvanzi dzedu dzakasakatika muchitiko chakaita seichocho. Naizvozvo tinotendazve mapurisa edu eDonga Police nevose vakavabatsira pakubata mhondi iyi.
Looking at these murder cases, it is disturbing that in the second murder case, the missing person report was only filed at least 2 months after the incident. This is a reminder to members of the public that should your relative go missing, please try by all means to report at the earliest possible opportunity at the nearest police establishment. Still with murder cases, police in Gutu is investigating a murder case in which Simbarashe Kufakunesu, aged 51, died on the 30th of July 2022 after he was struck with a brick on the head and chest by his wife Mirika Johnny, aged 50, at Mawarire village on the 28th of July 2022. This was after the victim had chased away beer patrons at the homestead where the couple was operating a shebin, and this did not go down well with the suspect. This comes at a time when Zimbabweans are still to come to terms with the callous murder of Samantha Ruvimbo Zapata, aged 28, in Harare along Simon Mazorodze and Sundown Avenue in Waterfalls on the 29th of July 2022 by her then boyfriend Tafazwa Raso Murengwa, aged 29. The murderer, Raso Murengwa, went on to commit suicide by drinking diclofos 100 EC insecticide in Gletwin area, Shawasha Hills in Harare. In another case, ZRP Banket is investigating a murder case in which Richmore Gomo is suspected to have been hit by a brick on the head by Cliff Churu, aged 46. The incident happened on the 26th of July 2022 at Plumstead Farm after the suspect had accused the victim of stealing eggs. Esigodini Police is investigating a murder case in which Maxwell Nzungu, aged 26, died on the 27th of July 2022 after he was stabbed with an okapi knife on the stomach by the suspect for an unknown reason at a bottle store at Ntabe Mnyama Business Center, Matopo. The suspect is currently on the run, and anyone with information that can help in locating him should visit or contact any nearest police establishment. Life is precious and sacrosanct, and therefore should be regarded as such. We say no to murder acts. Before we take a breather, ZRP Chegutu is looking for a missing person by the name Abishi Tera. Abishi Tera is a male adult aged 30 and was last seen wearing a yellow t-shirt, blue jean trousers and black shoes. He is slim built, dark in complexion and about 1.5 meters tall. He resides at house number 27841 in Chegutu. Welcome to the second segment of Crime Watch. As part of the National E-Learning Strategy, which seeks to develop digital research and development skills, the Minister of ICT, Postal and Courier Services has developed a Smart Zimbabwe Master Plan. It seeks to build, equip and connect institutions of primary learning and secondary education. ZRP Support Unit College has benefited from this project as it received laptops, a printer and a projector from the ministry.
The coming in of these ICT labs across the country as part of the National E-Learning Strategy is there to ensure that we develop digital skills, we develop research skills, we develop developmental skills as we journey towards Vision 2030. The whole explicit agenda is to ensure that there is access, utilization, industry growth and governance. In terms of the Cyber and Data Protection Act, we've ensured that the major objective is to ensure that there is safe access and utilization of information communication technology. The cyber criminals have now developed new skills: digital fraud, digital marketing, which is illegal, identity theft, some other issues such as pornography, and various other sophisticated crimes. So as a country, this is the reason why we've done a legislative framework to counter all these other criminal activities that are taking place across the country. We're working with the Ministry of Home Affairs and Cultural Heritage to develop various other systems. And one of the key systems that we're developing now is smart policing, the smart traffic management system at the same time. And these digital systems are there to ensure that there is peace and stability in the country.
The introduction of ICT equipment in schools is fulfilling our mandate of human capital development as guided by the NDS-1 and our education strategic plan running from 2021 to 2025. The 21st century demands that we redirect our effort towards use of ICT in our education sector in order to prepare our children for the future in the world of e-learning. Our capital development efforts, therefore, depend largely on the ICT platforms that the Ministry of ICT, Postal and Courier Services are introducing in our schools.
Deputy Commissioner General responsible for human resources, Deputy Commissioner General Mind Elliot Ngirandi, received the donation on behalf of the police.
May I take this opportunity to thank the government through the Ministry of Information and Communication Technology, Postal and Courier Services, considering support unit college under this program. This generous donation will not only go a long way in fostering electronic technology-driven education, but will also improve universal access to contemporary ICT in learning institutions, as well as promoting a culture of research and digital resource management. It is our conviction as an organization that deliberately exposing our children to e-learning tools and platforms at such a tender age helps to enhance a wide range of skills, which include problem solving.
Moving on, the Zimbabwe Republic Police is deeply concerned with road traffic accidents that are happening mostly during the night involving trucks carrying farm produce. This comes at a time when a number of such accidents have been reported in Manicaland province. One of the accidents was a fatal one which occurred at the 50-kilometer peg along the Rusape-Nyanga road after London stores on the 27th of July 2022 at around 0300 hours. In another accident, a DDF lorry failed to negotiate a curve along the same road at the 76-kilometer peg at around midnight while carrying avocados, bananas, and 17 passengers en route to Harare. The lorry landed on its right side, injuring the 17 passengers and 5 of them seriously. Motorists are encouraged to consider driving during daytime instead of during the night in order to try and prevent avoidable accidents. Always exercise caution while behind the steering wheel. Talking of road traffic accidents, these usually increase during holidays. We are going into the Heroes Day as well as the Defense Forces holidays starting from tomorrow. And the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe has some words of advice to prevent avoidable accidents.
As Traffic Safety Council Zimbabwe, we have noted that during holidays there is an increase in the number of road traffic crashes. As a result, we carry out a number of awareness programs conscientizing the public on the need to be safe on the roads. This year's Heroes and Defense Forces holiday campaigns are running under the theme, Watch the Kilometer Ahead. What we're basically saying to our drivers is that be mindful of the dangers on the road in the kilometer you're about to approach. These dangers vary from stray animals, invisible road markings, broken and narrow bridges, high volumes of traffic, and other drivers who drive while drunk or using their cell phones. Now, here are a few safety tips to consider when traveling this holiday. Number 1, avoid drinking and driving. Driving under the influence of alcohol clouds your judgment and slows down your reaction time. If you are to attend events where you find yourself drinking alcohol, invest in a designated driver. A designated driver is the person who has to remain sober for the purposes of driving. Avoid the use of cell phones while driving, as this may distract your focus and slows down your reaction time in case of emergency. Obey the speed limit at all costs, and be reminded to reduce speed and be extra cautious when you are driving in areas where there is high volumes of traffic and pedestrians. Rules of the road in Zimbabwe stipulates that light vehicles should not exceed 120 kilometers per hour and heavy vehicles should not exceed 80 kilometers per hour. Exceeding these stipulated speed limits may result in you losing control of your vehicle, thereby causing a road crash. Drivers are also encouraged to conduct all the pre-drive checks before embarking on a journey. These pre-drive checks include checking your oils, your coolant, and checking if your tires have the recommended tire pressure. You are also encouraged to invest in a reflective triangle, a reflective vest, and make sure you have a spare wheel, a spanner, and a jack. We urge you to take frequent rest breaks to minimize fatigue. We also encourage pedestrians to walk on pavements, sidewalks, or footpaths. When crossing the road, we encourage them to cross at designated places such as zebra crossings or intersections controlled by traffic lights. However, when crossing the road, make sure you cross when it is safe to do so. If you're traveling as a passenger, always wear your seatbelt. And children under the age of 10 must not be allowed in the front seat. This is because in the event of an accident, the pressure in the airbag has so much power enough to even kill the child. Even if it is a minor accident, it can result in loss of life. We have noted that during these holidays, motorists have a tendency of overloading. We therefore encourage all motorists to avoid overloading, as this may result in high fatality rates even if the accident is minor. We have noted with concern that there are some drivers who are still putting additional lights on their vehicles. These bar lights have no dipping mechanism, hence they blind or dazzle other motorists. In the event that you come across a vehicle with an additional bar light, we encourage you to slow down and look slightly to the left to avoid collision. During these holidays, Traffic Safety Council Zimbabwe, in collaboration with Zimbabwe Republic Police and other stakeholders, will be conducting awareness campaigns on roadblocks, conscientizing the public on road safety. As Traffic Safety Council Zimbabwe, we wish you a happy, accident-free holiday.
It is the third segment of Crime Watch. In a show of cordial police public relations, members of the public in Rua extended a helping hand after they donated a police bus to Rua Police. Now the officer in charge, ZRP Rua, Chief Inspector Anna Chota, was full of praise for this noble cause.
As ZRP Rua, we are very happy today for this august occasion where we received a donation in the form of a police bus from Ms. Bakaris, one of our stakeholders here in the Rua community. The police base will help to improve in terms of one, police visibility in the area, two, it will increase access of police services to the general public who operate around the shopping center and across the Rua community. We would like to assure the public that as ZRP Rua will continue to uphold the constitutional mandate of the police of securing the lives and property of our community.
The officer commanding Police Harare Province, Commissioner Wanda Tembo, received the donation on behalf of the police.
We continue to bank on your unwavering support. Worth mentioning is the current donation of a police bus. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not an easy thing. My pleasure is not solely centered on the splendid structure, but its significant objective it seeks to accomplish. Ladies and gentlemen, let me hasten to say that this facility has not been established for the police, but for the entire community of Rua.
My message to you is that do not only ask for what police has to do for you. You also need to ask for what you can do for the police. With those words, I invite your hearts, fellow community members, as we collectively hand over this building to the Zimbabwe Republic Police for utilizing as a police base.
The drug menace is tearing the society and destroying the lives of youth and other such drug abusers. Criminal Investigation Department Women Network Harare came together in an operation targeting illegal drug dealers where they made a number of arrests. They also conducted a roadshow conscientizing people about drug and substance abuse.
Tirikutaura nemi pamusoro pechirwere chapinda munyika yedu, chirwere chedrug and substance abuse. Vana vedu vari kutora zvinodhaka, madzimai edu ari kutora zvinodhaka, varume vedu vari kutora zvinodhaka. Isusu tiri kuti aiwaka, utano hwenyika yedu hwaparara, youth yedu yaparara, madrugs awandisa, mbanje, crystal meth, mutoriro, dombo, guka makafela, zvaparadza vana. Tiri kuti ngatishandei pamwe chete, tibvise nhuzvatunzva nzvimbo dzedu dzatinogara nekuti vari kutiparadzira vana vedu, vari kutiparadzira dzimba dzedu. Isusu semapurisa enyu eZimbabwe Republic Police tiri kuti kwete. Say no to drug and substance abuse.
As we come to the end of this week's episode, the following people are on the police wanted list. And should you have information that may help in locating any of them, please feel free to visit or contact any nearest police establishment. In Bulawayo, Pumula Police is looking for Victor Ntakuzo, age 29, of house number 133554, Pumula, Bulawayo, for a murder case. Still in Bulawayo, Donington Police is looking for Fiki Lempofu, age 37, of house number 6, Churchville Road, Bellevue, Bulawayo, for a rape case. Mutapa Police in Gweru is looking for Ivo Mazingi, age 34, of house number 5526/1 Mutapa, Gweru, for a rape case. We are also accessible on any of the following details. Our national complaints desk number is 0242 703 631. You can also visit our website www.zrp.gov.zw. Our email is feedback@zrp.gov.zw. We also have a Twitter handle @PleaseZimbabwe and Facebook page Zimbabwe Republic Please. To those who may have missed any of our previous episodes, do not despair, as you can watch any of our episodes on our ZRP YouTube channel, Zimbabwe Republic Please. We have come to the end of this week's episode, and it really has been a pleasure having you along. We do hope that you join others as we celebrate the Heroes Day and of course the Defense Forces Day at the respective venues wherever you are across the country. As for those in Harare, be sure to meet the Crime Watch crew as we join the rest of the nation, of course, in celebrating these very important days on the Zimbabwean calendar. From I, Elliot Kudzai Ganyani, and the crew behind the scenes, do take care.